In Charlotte County, Florida, on March 4, 2024, a routine patrol turned into a high-speed pursuit when a white Dodge Charger with blacked-out tints refused to stop. Moments later, the Charger was flying down the I-75 at over 145 miles per hour, recklessly weaving through traffic and using the shoulder as his lane. With speeds climbing and danger mounting, Trooper Prosper took the lead, and with another trooper now locked into the pursuit, the chances of stopping this maniac in a Charger had just gone up. The Charger plunged into a ditch filled with water, coming to rest half submerged. Troopers rushed in with weapons drawn, forcing the suspects out at gunpoint. The driver was identified as Tobias Burchard Travio Cody and his passenger as Roosevelt Williams. Inside the Charger, troopers uncovered marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and a loaded handgun in the glove box. Cody was charged with aggravated fleeing, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and reckless driving causing damage. Both suspects were medically cleared before being booked into jail. It was March 2nd, 2025 in Rogers, Arkansas. Just before midnight, police tried to stop a black Toyota Corolla driving recklessly with its lights off, weaving into oncoming traffic. When the pursuit was called off, the suspect seemed to have slipped away, but just minutes later the car reappeared, this time in the sights of the Arkansas State Police.
Are you on the interstate?
I'm going to be Colin Whitaker, Arkansas Adam David Williams, 90 Edward, headed westbound. Continuing westbound.
Go westbound. Hey, request me.
Well, you had go ahead and request. Didn't count. Wrong Champions Drive.
Yeah, you got the 28 in good pursuit.
The Corolla ripped through city streets at 90 and a 40, blasting through intersections and diving into neighborhoods. Pushing the car to its limits, the driver weaved at an extreme pace, making it difficult for the trooper to close the distance.
There's no traffic, but we are in this residential area. Well, if you get a hold of Rogers, we're going to start heading this way as well. See if they got a K9.
Did he bail?
No, not yet.
This morning has a K9 on.
chasing?
Yeah. Yeah, we're in this
Where you
race.
I
We're
was
in
actually right here by the
Champions.
76.
like
Copy that. Head towards Champion. Definitely just got eyes on.
yeah,
Definitely.
After a long run through the neighborhoods, the suspect finally broke back onto city streets, this time swerving into oncoming lanes. But the surroundings were now working in the trooper's favor, and it was only a matter of time before the driver found out why you never run from the Arkansas State Police.
he's going the wrong way on Collingwood.
I didn't go the wrong way. I'm calling liquor. Let's see. 45 bit count. Listening to your traffic. They have you in the room.
So we're headed back north on 52nd now.
Northbound for the second.
He's still wrong way. He almost hit Rogers. TBI. Unsuccessful. Still rolling. TBI.
The driver, later identified as Zachary Joseph Lee Kennedy, bailed out on foot. But while he tried to run, officers moved in. He was caught and taken into custody. A female passenger was transported to the hospital with minor injuries. The Corolla was confirmed stolen, and Kennedy now faces a long list of charges: felony fleeing, theft by receiving, reckless driving, criminal mischief, and more, including endangering the welfare of a minor. July 22, 2024, on Interstate 4, Florida, a black sedan was clocked at 90 miles per hour. But what started as a routine traffic stop unraveled instantly. The driver and passenger swapped seats in front of the trooper, an attempt to deceive that only escalated what was about to come. When backup was called, the driver made his move. Staring the trooper in the eye, he hit the gas and fled. The chase erupted at 135 miles per hour, weaving across lanes, blasting down the shoulder.
When I crossed the 94, he hopped out, hopped in, and he took off. We're approaching the 120. We're at the 125. Moderate traffic, all good. Speed on that 30. Light traffic. 1 mile per hour, that's it. If you could make this
751 on your house, you go around as well. You guys not traffic, 141 miles per hour in the left lane.
If there's any other troopers up front,
Okay, 46, 121.
ground, see if you get end up front, just on the right up front of the house, so I get this. And outside lane. Just come for another 3 lanes. We're passing 122. Outside lane.
The suspect drove like he was in a video game, swerving through traffic as if other cars didn't exist. But at those speeds, reckless driving always comes with a price. As he pushed onto the shoulder, the pressure gave out and his tire blew.
10 outside in moderate traffic. Number what's on 44 GFC.
Going about 115.
Number 1. The last seen on chapter is 44 heading westbound. 15 your line, turn 220.
Good, yeah, 34.
After the pit, the suspect bailed, sprinting on foot into a wood line. For 45 tense minutes, agencies from across the county locked down a perimeter. Helicopters scanned from above, K-9s tracked through the dark. Finally, deputies located the suspect hiding at a residence. He was identified as Patrick Brian Gordon, a man with a suspended license, 3 prior fleeing convictions, multiple warrants, and a rap sheet spanning 31 felony charges. Inside the vehicle in his backpack, troopers found hollow point ammunition, drug paraphernalia, and narcotics testing positive for cocaine and fentanyl. Gordon was taken into custody and booked on a staggering list of charges. It was September 14, 2024, in Bradenton, Florida. Just after 1:30 a.m., a state trooper attempted to stop a white Nissan Sentra for an expired license plate. But instead of pulling over, the driver, later identified as Lisa Joanne Hoffacker, chose to run. What followed was reckless and dangerous chase. Lisa Joanne pushed the Sentra the wrong way into oncoming traffic, blasting through red lights and even charging through high pedestrian areas near a college campus. As Trooper stepped out, Lisa showed every sign of intoxication. Slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, and the smell of alcohol, but refused sobriety tests or a breath sample. She was arrested on charges of felony fleeing, DUI with property damage, reckless driving, and driving on a suspended license. On March 29, 2025, in Fairburn, Georgia, a Dodge Challenger was clocked tearing down the highway at triple-digit speeds. What followed was a chase where the suspect made officers work for every second of it. But in the end, skill behind the wheel made the difference.
Saturday 1080, gonna be 85 south. Light traffic, gonna be regular. Check over on weather. Sit off the top. I think notify county.
As the Challenger fled the stop, it roared past 140 miles per hour, leaving the officer in the dust and vanishing from sight. But the chase wasn't over. Units ahead picked it up, keeping the suspect in play. Just over 7 minutes later, the original officer was back on him, reclaiming the primary position in the pursuit.
Favorite 40, the favorite unit. All favorite units handled except favorite 81.
Please back.
Radio code for you about all units to 16, sector forever 81. All units decrease, sector forever 81.
I'm a couple units behind you. Got waiting in front of me.
Alright, that's all. Avenue 49 southbound. Please. We're coming up on the 48-mile marker.
Coming up on Victor 48, you said?
We're coming up on.
The suspect pushed the Challenger past 140 once again, but this time the officer matched him stride for stride, locked tight on his tail. As the road opened up ahead, the trooper saw his chance, the perfect moment to go in for the pit.
125 like that, they coming up on 47.
Hit 41, hit 41.
41 received, hit 41 midnight 30 received. Location.
After the car was stopped, the suspect leapt over a wall and bolted into the woods. Officers chased him down, but it was the K-9 units that finished the job, tracking him through the dark and bringing him down. Moments later, he was under arrest and taken into custody. On December 10, 2024, in Arkansas, what began as a routine traffic stop quickly escalated when a white Dodge Challenger, driven by Dontarius Gordon, refused to pull over. Within seconds, speeds climbed past 120 miles per hour as the pursuit erupted. At 126 miles per hour, a TVI sent the Dodge crashing into the cable barrier, finally bringing it to a halt. But Gordon wasn't finished. He bolted from the car, sprinting toward the shoulder as the trooper gave chase. The foot pursuit turned into a struggle on the grass. Gordon slipped, tried to regain his footing, and fought back as the trooper wrestled him down. Blows were exchanged, leverage was gained, and with the help of a passing motorist, Gordon was finally subdued. Soon after, backup arrived, and Gordon was placed in handcuffs. Inside the Challenger, officers discovered marijuana and paraphernalia. He was charged with felony fleeing, resisting arrest, possession of drugs, and unauthorized use of property, among others. On February 18, 2023, in Georgia, just before midnight, a state trooper clocked a black car at 98 miles per hour in a 70 zone. Behind the wheel was Courtney Leslie, and when the lights came on, he made it clear he wasn't stopping. Leslie weaved aggressively through traffic, cutting off vehicles, brake checking, and forcing cars onto the shoulder at speeds over 100 miles per hour.
Good, good. Seatbelt on.
Multiple times the trooper lined up for a pit, but Leslie slammed the brakes to block every move. Each failed attempt only pushed him further, driving even more recklessly with no regard for anyone on the road. The trooper just couldn't find the opening for a pit. As he searched for a mistake to use in his favor, the suspect treated other drivers like traffic cones, darting past them with no regard for their safety. The chase was spiraling out of control, and the trooper knew one thing for certain: if this continued, someone on that road would pay the price.
Ten fifty to 28. He's on foot, black male, the white shirt. Black.
The trooper pursued through the grass median, catching up just as Leslie turned back toward the interstate. He clenched his fists, ready to fight. The confrontation escalated fast. Leslie punched the trooper in the face, forcing a taser deployment. Twice he ripped the probes from his body, stumbling dangerously into live traffic as cars swerved to avoid him. With backup arriving, Leslie ran across all lanes of the interstate, sprinting into the median before finally tripping and going down. Officers closed in, ending the chase. Leslie was placed in double-locked handcuffs, medically cleared, and taken into custody. It was August 27, 2024, when a Flagler County, Florida deputies were alerted that a blue Ferrari 488 Spider, stolen during an armed home invasion in Rhode Island, was now tearing through their county. Behind the wheel was 19-year-old Jonathan Costa, wanted out of Cranston and considered armed and dangerous. When deputies tried to pull him over, Costa hit the gas, pushing the Ferrari past 100 miles per hour, weaving through traffic and barely missing other vehicles as the pursuit raced into Flagler County.
Southbound about there.
The Ferrari's raw speed was too much for deputies on the ground. As it blasted through a school zone, they lost sight of the supercar entirely. But the skies told a different story. An eye in the sky locked onto the Ferrari, hidden behind a residential home. Deputies swarmed the location, moving in fast to cut off any chance of escape. After a tense standoff, Costa's friend Logan was the first to step out, surrendering without further incident.
10-4. It's 92nd.
2 cats locked in a room.
What's that?
2 cats locked in a room.
Is that the one that's in there right now? Do y'all have access to any weapons in there?
All I know is like a BB gun in the back. That's all I know.
Okay, you don't know anything about any other guns or anything?
To the back of the house or the back of the car?
Any animals in there?
2 cats.
2 cats?
After another standoff, 19-year-old Jonathan Costa, the primary suspect, surrendered without further incident. He was placed in a patrol car and transported to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility, held without bond. With charges still mounting as the investigation continues, this case proves once again, no matter how fast you are, the road always ends in jail. It was July 25th, 2025, when a white Ford Fusion was spotted on I-49, flying at speeds well over 100 miles per hour. Officer Payne Carter moved in, lights and sirens blazing, but the driver refused to stop. That's when Arkansas State Police took the lead. The suspect, later identified as Caleb Nalon, pushed the Fusion southbound, hitting triple-digit speeds on Old Blackman Ferry Road.
Just turned on Old Blackman Ferry Road off of Highway 71. Go ahead and show me 1037. White Ford Fusion. No traffic, 100 plus.
All units directing at G26, directing at G26.
10-4, stick with that trooper.
10-4, speeds are about 100 right now, going down on Blackman Ferry.
Go ahead and call it. I'm about a mile behind you.
Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Get out now.
The Fusion lost control, plowing off the pavement, tearing through trees and brush before finally coming to a halt 30 yards from the road. Troopers moved in, weapons drawn. After repeated commands, Nalon was pulled from the driver's side window and taken to the ground before he could run or fight. A search of the vehicle uncovered his wallet, identification, and a digital scale dusted with marijuana residue. Nalon was booked on felony fleeing with substantial danger of death, along with multiple citations.